Welcome back to another video on my channel. Today's video is one that's been very anticipated and everyone's been waiting for it, and it is my decluttering. I will say that this is not the initial declutter, because when I did my 95% declutter, I honestly didn't even have the chance to film. Like, I was sat there with bin bags and totes and baskets and boxes, and I spent hours and hours of the day just going through things, swatching things, like checking everything. It took me all day. And that was weeks ago. And since then, obviously receiving PR and trying new products myself and buying products, I've accumulated more again. And I already felt like I needed to do more of a declutter. But essentially I decluttered all of this, which is so much product. It's just my job though, and it's my passion, and I love it, and it's my bread and butter. But I decluttered it down to 2 of my desk drawers, which again just need to go through. So today is part 1, and we're going to be doing the first drawer, and then stay tuned and subscribe for part 2, which is also coming this week. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. So here is drawer number 1, which again is so decluttered but insanely full at the same time. So we're gonna do another declutter and keep only my favorites. I am keeping all of my Hourglass skin tints because I've got some shades that work for both summer and winter. I do go through this quite fast, and it is honestly one of my all-time favorite products. So any excess I'm actually just going to put in a separate basket ready for the winter months, and keep the one I'm using for summer in the drawer. Alright, the Kylie skin tint in 3W, it's a little worse for wear, this one. This is really nice, but I just haven't found myself reaching for it because I have other ones right now that I prefer, so that's going to get decluttered. Obviously Shiseido is my number 1 choice for skin tint right now, so I'm not going to get rid of that one. That is staying in my collection. So I'm going to put the ones that I'm keeping on top, and then anything I declutter is going to go in this basket. I'm going to be keeping the Dior Forever foundation. This is a recent purchase, and I used it in my recent YouTube video, and I really enjoyed this too. Let's just put this in there. Okay, I recently got sent these from Naked Sundays. I'm still reviewing them, so I haven't quite decided if I'm going to keep them or not, but I did try 3 and it was a really nice product, so I think I am going to keep one of those, declutter this one. Okay, I certainly don't need 2 of these, but both of these are really beautiful. One's obviously a little bit more yellow, one's a bit more pink. I'm going to go for the pink one in Claire because I think that's going to match my skin tone a lot better than nude, and declutter nude. This one is really hard for me to part with because it's actually a very beautiful long wear foundation. But I've made a pact that medium to full coverage foundations are just not for me anymore. So I'm going to declutter her and give her away. Oh, this is hard. Okay, this one is light to medium, and actually it's one of my favorite, more full coverage foundations. I'm gonna keep her, and I've got her in the shade, God knows what, 200 light medium. Okay, cool. Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk is another incredibly beautiful one. She's separating a little bit here, and I just think I'm not gonna reach for her. Oh my gosh, this is so difficult. I wanted to keep her, but ideally, I'm just not going to be reaching for her. I have other products that I use more, especially through summer, so I am going to part. This is a new foundation tint that I got from Dior backstage, and I love it. It's really good. It's very waterproof and it's long lasting, but it's still very light, so I'm going to keep this. Ochre is the Merit stick that doesn't match my skin tone, so I am going to part with her, but I'm going to keep the other one which does match. I have 2 skin tints here, 2.5 and 3. 3 is the perfect match, 2.5 is a little bit too light, so I'm going to keep 3. Very Valentino Beauty foundation is absolutely stunning. I am not going to throw this away because actually it's just so skin-like. Even though it's a little bit more coverage than a skin tint, it's very skin-like, and I need it. I'm really sad, but I do have to part with this only because I'm not going to wear it. It's full coverage. It's a really beautiful full coverage foundation, but I know some of you guys will get used. It's fairly new, so I'll either give it to friends, family, or if any of you want it, I will give it to you guys. I'm going to keep this because this is slightly more coverage than the skin tint, but it's longer lasting, and although it gives you a luminous finish, you can't feel it on the skin, so I'm definitely keeping this one. I don't need 2 Prada foundations. I'm going to keep the darkest one because that suits my skin tone the best, and this one I'm going to give away. this one's too light for me. This one's a really good match, so I'm going to get rid of this one. This is the Merit stick that actually matches my skin tone, so I'm going to keep her. Last but certainly not least, I'm keeping my Dior foundation stick. It's perfect for travel, it's a beautiful shade, and the formula is so unique, so I'm keeping her. I don't really feel like I've done a good enough clutter here. I feel like I still have too many foundations, but I'm just going to put back the ones I've got. Let me clear some space. Reach the back here as well, because this is all my concealers, so let's bring them forward. All right, here are my concealers. All right, I'm going to keep Burberry because she's really creamy, she's really light, and I love that kind of formula. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Eye Brightener, but actually, I don't know how I feel about this. I mean, I've tried it a few times and sometimes I love it, sometimes I find it's quite cakey. I think for now, I'm gonna put it in the giveaway pile. And I might go back to that later. It just depends whether I feel I gravitate towards it or not. I really like this Say Concealer Hydra Beam. I used up the old one and they sent a restock, so I am going to keep this one and use it when I've used my other ones up. I'm keeping all of my Hourglass concealers. These are more of my winter shade. This is my summer shade, so I'm going to keep my summer shade in the drawer, and my winter shades will go with my skin tints for winter. I have a lot of Kosas concealers and I really don't need them all. So we've got an eye brightener, which I'm not going to use because I don't particularly like to brighten my eyes that much, so that's going to go away. 3.6, 2.6. 3.6 is a little bit dark, so I'm going to part with this one. I have two of the 2.6s. I don't need to. This one I've already opened. I think I've opened them both, which is really annoying. I don't know if one is heavier than the other. Okay, I'm going to part with this because I think it's lighter and I'll get through this one. I'm going to keep my Borean eye cream. This is Indoor. This is a really unique formula that when it blends out, it turns skin colour. Love. And I'm going to keep my House Labs concealer because she is actually incredible and great for face concealing. Eye products. Oh, okay, I'm going to start with my... Oh, by the way, Maisie's here, if you can see her. Maise. I'm going to move on to lip products. I do have two little baskets of other lip products because that is the one area I really struggle to declutter, to be honest. But these are in my everyday drawer and there's still products in here I've literally not once gravitated towards in the whole 3 weeks I've had it. So I'm going to do another declutter. I'm going to keep all of my Hourglass Phantom lip glosses, but I'm only going to keep one in the drawer that I gravitate towards. That is going to be Slip. I've recently got sent this from Armani and I haven't actually used it yet. It's really pretty actually, so I think I'm going to keep that in the drawer and it will encourage me to give it a go. These are 3 lip liners that I use quite often, so I am going to keep these in the drawer as well, so I'll put them here for now. I haven't reached for this once, so it's going to go. I also haven't reached for this from Morphe, so that's also going to go. This is actually really nice and it's a really nice summer refresh colour from MAC, so I'm going to keep this. I cannot part with Say. Say is my favourite lip gloss balm ever, so I'm going to keep her in here. I'm going to keep Clarins lip oil in here as well because it's beautiful and it's hydrating and I always need a good lip oil when I'm getting ready. I'm going to remove these two just because I haven't been gravitating towards them very much. I have 2 lip stains from Morphe, and again, I thought I would reach for these all the time, but this year I just haven't reached for them once, so I'm gonna part. I have this from Prada, it's their lip balm. Again, I haven't reached for it very much, so I'm gonna part with this right now too. I have this Charlotte Tilbury lipstick. It's a new colour to the collection. I think it's called Naughty Talk, and it's a very nice nude, so I'm gonna keep this. And then lastly, I have this very bright gloss from Say. I'm going to keep it, but I'm not going to keep it in the drawer because I just haven't been reaching for it very much. I have a Summer Fridays lip balm. Got to keep her. I use her a lot. And also, you can't see it, but I also have finally this Rimmel Oh My Gloss lip oil. And this is probably my favourite lip product at the moment. It's so nice. Okay, amazing. That's really quite decluttered now. All right, moving on to eyes then. So this is not eyes. It's all getting a bit much. all right, these are my Armani shades. I love Armani products. I adore the consistency, the longevity of these products. So I'm finding this very difficult to part, but I'm gonna have to. This one here I used a lot about a year ago and I just haven't really reached for it since. So I'm gonna part with this one. This is really, really pretty and I haven't been reaching for it and I'm not sure why. I might keep this one actually. I am gonna part with this one because I just don't gravitate towards this kind of color in a liquid formula anymore. Oh, there's one hiding there as well. I'm gonna keep all of my mattes because I am so on a matte cream single eyeshadow vibe right now and they're all stunning in their own way. And then this is a rose gold one. Again, haven't reached for it very much, but do you think, yeah, I'm gonna keep this. So we've got 2 shimmers, 4 mattes. Let's put them here for now till we've created some more space. Charlotte Tilbury. This is rose gold. I'm gonna get rid, I haven't reached for it. Charlotte Tilbury in Oyster. It's a really beautiful color, but again, I haven't reached for it at all. So she's gonna go. This Pat McGrath Rose shade, I'm gonna get rid of her as well. I don't really wear that many rosy shades on my eyes and I haven't reached for her, so I'm gonna give her away. This is gonna go in my winter collection because actually I only really gravitate towards this in winter. It's one of my favorite eyeliner colors. I really like a deep navy eyeliner in the winter time, so I'll keep her, but I'm just going to move her to one side. Cream shadow sticks, these are my favorites. I don't think I'm going to part with any except maybe this Hourglass one because I don't really use shimmery shadow sticks, so I'm going to get rid of her. The same with Rare Beauty. Now I'm kind of torn between getting rid of the Charlotte Tilbury ones and keeping them. I think I'm gonna keep them just because I've used these so many times in the past and they're actually a really nice cream shadow and they're super long wearing. So I'm gonna keep those and I'm gonna keep my 3 cream matte NARS eyeshadows as well. I am definitely keeping both of my Merit Cream eyeshadows in Vachetta and Mid-Century because they are new and they are fabulous. I have this really pretty peach shade from Dior and I've not used it, but I think this could be really pretty if I do like a peachy summery makeup. So I'm gonna keep hold of her for now. I'm gonna keep hold of Moondust because I could do a project pan with her. I've used her quite a lot and I love the color, so I'm gonna keep her. I've not reached for this maybe more than twice since I've had it, so I am gonna part with her. She's beautiful, but she's just not for me. I have this really beautiful burgundy red eyeshadow. I think it's a little bit too dark for me to actually use on my eyes, so I'm actually just gonna part with it and someone can get use out of it. We have so many shadows here, it's ridiculous actually. I'm keeping both of my MAC Extra Dimension shadows because they're new and I really have been enjoying these. I'm keeping my MAC pigments, but I think I am gonna get rid of Tan. I really don't want to part with her, but I'm gonna because I haven't reached for her. This is very unique though, so I am gonna keep this one. We have another cream eyeshadow from Charlotte Tilbury and I have a lot of powder eyeshadows that do the same thing, so I'm gonna get rid. I have the MAC cream shadow at the Paint Pot in Painterly. It's a classic, it's a great eyeshadow. I don't find myself reaching for it. I just use concealer as a base now, so I'm gonna part. I'm sorry, Matt, I'm sorry. This Hourglass eyeshadow I am gonna keep because it is honestly truly beautiful when you swatch it. Let me just try and swatch it. It is honestly truly, truly stunning. So I am keeping her. And lastly, this eyeshadow I'm also keeping because they don't do it anymore. It's the MAC Reflex Pearl Glitter. They do other shades, but not pearl, and this is stunning. I've had this about 4 years, about halfway through, and I will keep using this. Okay, so that's all of my eyeshadows that I'm gonna be keeping. That's so crazy to me. I'm actually gonna probably keep them for my eyeshadows in here. It makes a bit more sense because I have a lot of them. So I'm gonna do that. At the back here, I have the Elizabeth Arden 8-Hour Cream, and I'm going to keep her because she's a great lip product. Actually, she's probably too tall for this drawer. I might have to keep her out separately, to be honest. And concealers, I'm going to put these back as well. That leaves liquid highlighters, and like I said, I have a cream highlighter now that I really like, so I'm actually going to get rid of this one. This is one of my all-time favorite setting powders, so I'm keeping this one. I also really like this one by Charlotte Tilbury. It's their pressed powder, and I'm keeping her too. And then there's this new Givenchy pressed powder that I've also been really enjoying, so I'm keeping these 3. As for highlighters, I've recently got this one from Tower 28. It's a clear gloss balm, so I'm keeping her. And that brings me onto 3 of my other highlighters that I will be keeping as well. So one is the Drunk Elephant Gold Drops. I'm keeping that one. I'm also keeping the Glossier Future Dew Stick. I love this one. I'm obviously going to be keeping my Chanel Balm. And then finally, alright, so we're actually on another day because my camera cut out and I lost all my space. So basically this essentially is the end of part 1 of my declutter. This is everything that's left in my top drawer, and there is definitely space for more cream eyeshadows, powders and highlighters, but I'm not going to go wild because I actually really like that there's less. So stay tuned and subscribe for part 2, which is going to be coming in a couple of days' time. And yeah, hope you guys found this useful and enjoyed.